White men do not care what color your skin is. In fact, I argue that people that look at race and gender, that's only for broke people, because rich people only see good people and money. I have plenty of friends of all nationalities. I don't give a what color their skin is. I don't have time to care. Winners just win. They see each other on the yacht, bro, and they don't give a what color the skin is. Is this dude a good guy or not? Can we make money or not? The end.
It should go without saying that race shouldn't matter nearly as much as some would like to think. Sure, it speaks of your heritage, your culture, and the specific struggles you face, among others. But in love, I feel like it gets given far too much credit. I've long been accustomed to the fact that connection and compatibility are the end-all be-all of relationships. Either you click with someone or you don't. If you happen not to, then it's simply over. And if you do, then you stay together. Basic maths. So really, I can't help but wonder why some people think race plays a more pivotal role than the literal foundation of a relationship.
This is why your race doesn't matter to women. The color of your skin isn't what's stopping you from getting laid. It's the person within that skin color is what's stopping you from getting laid. You're ugly. You're not attractive. I don't care what color you are, white, black, green, yellow, orange. There are women who find men of that specific race, color, and ethnic group attractive. You're just using this as an excuse to be the pathetic loser that you are. I can guarantee you, whoever you look like, whatever color you are, there are men who are getting laid that look like you. So it's not your skin color, it's you. Stop whining and complaining and get better.
Some of you guys need to understand it has nothing to do with race. Stop considering race as to why black men are picking white women or not. It's not just white women. Black men are dating Asian women. They're dating Middle Eastern women. They date all kinds of women. Men don't care about race as much as you think they do. They hardly do. They don't say, I'm done with black women. Let me now go get with a white woman. It is not that. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with her being white. It has everything to do with how she treats him when he's around her, how he taking his joy into account the same way as you having a boyfriend, having good feelings and spending great time together in a relationship. It is for that same reason that he dates another woman. He won't just get with you and then think you are amazing simply because you black. He dates you because he thinks that you are amazing, that he feels good when he's around you. He likes the energy that you give off, and he also cares about how you handle conflict, and how you handle problems along the way is important too. Let's face it, life is tough. You could be having a fun time 5 minutes ago, only to get thrown in some curveball now. As partners, it is inevitable that you'll both be dealing with this together. Otherwise, the whole essence of partnership is kind of defeated. He'll care about that. Are you the type to freeze and go MIA at the first bump on the road? Or are you gonna face it head on? Will you communicate your needs properly, or will it just be some kind of guessing game? And for smaller conflicts, these seem to be very minuscule in the grand scheme of things. But believe me, when the rougher patches in life hit, how you react to a minor inconvenience will say a lot about how you would deal with the bigger ones. Especially if you both decide to have a family of your own. Race, as you can see, plays no role here. It all boils down to you. Men don't care about race like that. We don't pay it any mind. Men like women, that's what men like. It does not matter if it's a black woman or not. It plays very little part in our decision making in the end. Men, like women, can take our asses to Asia. We can take our asses to Africa. We can also take another type of black woman and date her. Your race is now out of the picture. What matters now is this: how do you treat him? How you treat your partner matters more in the long run. Let's face it, we can adjust to each other's habits and cultures. We're capable of appreciating various kinds of beauty. That is hardly beyond us. So realistically, while some of the more superficial preferences come into play during the beginning, it matters so much less in the end. Because the longer this goes, the more your attitude and outlook gets put on the forefront. Y'all gotta work on y'all's image, man. Black women, y'all need to work on y'all's image. That's what you need to do. You need to work on your image because y'all got a lot of women out here, a lot of black women out here that are hurting your image. Seriously. You've got a lot of black women hurting your energy. And I'll say this up front. This isn't applying to everyone, as women are not monoliths. But unfortunately, the loudest folks are the ones who end up being more visible on other people's radar. And to be quite frank with you, it's hardly a good look.
The ghetto culture is no longer the quote-unquote subculture. It's not the alternative culture. It's not something that some black folks are given over to. Instead, it has become the culture. It is the mainstream culture. And I'm sick and tired of this lie that it is just some sort of subculture that some people are given over to, but most of us are sick and tired of.
The reason that race is even considered is because of the qualities associated with that race. That's why it's even considered in the first place. If your image improved, they would easily consider you too. But we take this ghetto nature that we just have to have everywhere we go, because we apparently just have to have it. For some reason, it has to be included in our character. We have to have it included in what it is that we got going on for some fucking reason. I don't know, but it's that image, it's that culture that we keep trying to carry everywhere we go, hurting us. People are not trying to deal with all that.
Every time I try to be friends with a hood girl, she randomly switch up on me. Randomly, like how we go from talking about baddies every day to now you want to fight me. Now you don't like me. Like what happened? Like did you just go to sleep and you were laying in bed like, oh, I hate that bitch. Did it just click in your head that you didn't fuck with me or something? Like we were just chilling. We were just having a good time. We was just enjoying each other's company. What the fuck happened?
And honestly, black men suffer through that too. That gang shit, all that shit. Ain't nobody trying to fuck with that, bro. Nobody cares about no gang shit. Maybe it's cool in your own community, but nobody cares about that in the long run. Black men are not as popular as we think either. For women, more often than not, it's this overly bossy image that really drives a lot of people away. You can be outspoken, you can be vocal, and you can absolutely be a leader in your own way. But to constantly insist on being the boss every single time, to always have this superiority complex, realistically speaking, nobody gets a good time from that. A lot of us don't like being told what to do. If you don't enjoy it yourself, how do you expect others to like it? Some career women wind down to this path. And while it's great to have a good career going on for yourself, the problem is some people take it way too seriously. It heightens their ego, making them confident that it's simply because of this that they can just do and say whatever they want for their own benefit. See, some folks think that we're just going to be like, okay, she got a career. She's doing all these amazing things. She's going on trips. She's getting all these handbags and all this stuff. Cool. So that being said, what the hell does that do for me? It doesn't mean anything. What you do with your life and the things that you accomplish means nothing to me because I don't benefit from it. And if you help putting in on these bills, then we can talk. But also with that, now we got to talk about who's making what decisions. Because again, if you're paying bills, well, now you got to be the boss too. So now we're back at square one. We are back at the original conversation. You don't want to be a follower even for just every now and then. You never want to listen. You don't want any of that. You just want to sit at the table and make all the decisions. That's really what it is that you want. You want to sit at the table making decisions, and as long as you feel comfortable and you're okay with the decision that's being made, then it's all good. But the moment that a person says, here's what I think we need to do, and here's what's best. Now you've got a problem because that's not what you want to do. Again, you want to let them lead when you want them to lead. And we understand that. That's why we don't want to deal with it. We understand where you're coming from. We understand your point of view. We just don't want to deal with that shit, especially when it's happening every single time. And this isn't for every black woman. There are specific, particular black women that are probably amazing and great, so they will undoubtedly find somebody. I guarantee you they will have no problem finding someone. That problem doesn't persist for every black woman. There are good ones out there and they will get snatched up. But for the ones that are challenges, for the ones that are problems, for the ones that are headaches, you're gonna keep going through this, and then you're gonna turn 30, and then you're gonna turn 40, and then you're gonna turn 50, and then you're gonna turn 60. And you're gonna be wondering, why the hell am I not progressing in my life? because I know that's what you want. So why in the hell are you not progressing in your life the way that you thought you would? The reason you're not progressing is because in all reality, you're just very difficult to deal with. It ain't got nothing to do with colorism. The shade and the color of your skin does not matter at the end of the day. You can still find a great man. Keep yourself up. Take your behind to the gym. Stay in shape. Be feminine. Be soft. And most of all, be as quiet as you can. Sorry to say, I know that you have this great mind and you have so much to say about so many things, but honestly, men ain't trying to hear all that shit like that. If you want a man who you can sit with and talk all the time about 1,000 things, then go find him. He's out there and there's more of them than you think. But you don't want him now, do you? You want the fucking alpha dude. You want the dude that actually can get women. They don't want to hear that shit. We don't care. It does not matter. We know what we want. We know the life that we envision, and we plan our life accordingly. That's what a man does. And then we find a woman that can fit into our equation. That's what a man does. We are not looking for no woman where we come together, sit down at the table and say, now what are we going to do? Let's figure this out together, y'all. You and I, side by side. None of the wishy-washy stuff. We are not doing all that beating around the bush. A real man knows what he wants. He's gonna go after it in life. He's gonna find a woman that can coincide with that, and then y'all gonna make it happen together. That's the way that shit works. You need to fit into his plan. If you want a relationship, if you wanna do it for real, if you really want one that actually works long term, you need to find a man and get into his plan. It's the best advice. If you do not want to do that, if that's something that's not for you, then you need to just be okay being by yourself. And a lot of you have come to that decision. Here's the thing about it though. Men have other women that they can go and find. It's not a loss to us. Us not dating you is not a loss to us. You may be a great woman in your mind, but it's not a loss to us. That's why when you divorce your husband, he's now engaged to another woman 6 months later. That's what happened because it's you. The fact of the matter is that you are more replaceable because men don't have as high of standards as women do. You want something that you have to have. You just have to have it or it's just not worth it. So you just end up staying single. If it doesn't work, if it doesn't happen because you have to have this or that, it's a non-negotiable. But that person that you apparently have to have just may not want you. It's up because I know you're amazing. Everyone should think you're amazing, right? You are such an amazing person. So why wouldn't the person that you want so badly not want to be with you? Maybe because you're not as great as you think you are, and that's not a slight. I know you hear that, and you take that as a slight. You take that as a slur. You take it as some sort of insult, but it's not. It's reality. Step outside of yourself, step outside of your world, and actually empathize and actually look at the people around you and say, what would that person think or say about me upon impression? What do I impose upon that person and how would they react to it? If you actually took the time and learned that skill, you would get so far, but you don't because your whole mantra is forget what anybody else says. Here's the thing, we exist with each other. We have to coexist. So our opinions of each other are gonna matter to a point. Yes, do what you do, absolutely. But keep in mind, you want to mess with people who are going to mess with you. And in order for those people to mess with you, they have to feel and understand what it is that you are trying to put out to the world. The problem with a lot of women is that it's always self-serving. Men, on the other hand, we're self-serving to ourselves in a lot of ways, but it's for the ultimate benefit of others. It's for the benefit of the family. It's for the benefit of our future, of our potential wife. It's for the benefit of our legacy. We're self-serving up front to benefit others. You are self-serving to benefit yourself because you are a woman. You receive a lot of things. You take a lot of things. You want divorce. You want free reign. So that way, if you do decide to get divorced, you have reign over whatever his assets are. You want that. That's your security that y'all keep talking about. Dudes know what you mean by security. By the way, you're not fooling anybody by saying security. We know what you mean by security. It's if this doesn't work out, what am I gonna get from it? I don't wanna waste my time being with you and I'm not gonna get anything. I'm not gonna benefit from it if this relationship falls apart. And it works. So you're not even going to try to change that. Even if the dude earns less than you, that's not even going to register in your fucking mind to pay up your share. But it's fair for you to take half his shit on the other end for your security. Like, get the out of here, dude. Get the hell out of my face with that shit. Y'all not fooling anybody. We know all the angles that you're going to try to play. We know these things. Men spend their entire lives having to understand a woman's motivations and why it is that she makes the decisions that she makes. Men have to spend our lives doing that. That's why game is a thing. Game is a thing because game is basically learning and understanding the woman. That's why he's able to get your draws that you, in all reality, probably wouldn't have dated him otherwise, but somehow he convinced you to do it. Because at a point you have to understand the opposite sex. If you want the attention from the opposite sex, you as a woman, you sit there and say, well, I'm just going to be presentable to a mass of people. You, to an extent, you have understand the opposite sex as far as sexual desire. But even then, that can get a little misconstrued because all these BBLs are getting out of control. And we're not looking for that, especially not to marry. But if you are looking to make some quick money, maybe you can get away with it if it doesn't look too crazy. And a lot of y'all are trying to get that money. Eventually, later down the line, they'll get married to somebody later. Maybe if things work out, eventually that'll happen. But for now, you are worried about getting this money. So you're going to do all these things to your body and be out here looking crazy so you can get that attention and then get that bag. We know what your angle is. We understand that.
I might be on the wrong side here, which is fine. I'm cool with it. But, like, have y'all ever seen a BBL in person? Like, they don't get me wrong. They look great for photos and videos. You know what I'm saying? They look great. But, like, have you ever actually been walking and then seen somebody with one in person? Like, have I just had the bad luck of seeing them? Like, they all look really bad. Like, there's no way that that's what y'all are paying for. Like, every time I go somewhere, and I've been around the world, I've traveled, and then I've also gone to all types of vacation places. And every time I see one, I'm like, oh no, that's a bad one. Like, I've never seen one to where I was like, oh, that's a good one. Like, they all look really, really bad. Am I tripping?
But y'all are so short-sighted on things. You need to be thinking long-term. You need to be more farsighted on shit, thinking about what impression you put upon others. I know you don't care, but you need to, and you should. To a point, you should care because you, as a woman, your entire thing is to attract people. You are more group focused. You need the group since women are way more social beings than men are. Men can go off into a forest and make a whole life for himself. My point is, we need each other. We are different specifically for this purpose. Men and women differ from each other, and that's perfectly fine because we fill in different roles in life. It's simply up to us in the end to get our differences actually sorted out. It's simply up to us to gather together our strengths and cooperate to have this holistic and fulfilling partnership. That's what should have happened in the first place. But take race out of the conversation already because it does not matter. Any kind of man can match up with any kind of woman as long as she's cool. Some people, they do care about race like that. Some of them do, and some of them are racist and biased as hell. Some of them are classist because sometimes it's not even about race, but about class. That same Asian person can look at another Asian person. And because that Asian person's a farmer and wasn't from a family of note, they'll look at them as dirt. There are many different types of people. Men aren't focused, especially black men of all groups. Black men can date any kind of group. We don't care. White men can date any kind of group, but white men's least of all favorite is black women, unfortunately. Indian men, they're brown skinned. I know a lot. I hear a lot of black women talking about them. Brown skinned dudes like brown. Unfortunately, the last kind they are trying to date is black women. Y'all want everybody. Y'all want every different kind of each and every type, but not everybody is checking for y'all like that. Black women are just not wanted like that. And y'all need to really sit down and come to terms with that and say, what can we do to work on our image as a whole? Which I first suggest y'all let go of that hood shit. Y'all need to let that go. I know you're from it, but you don't have to stay there. So work on your image. You can either try working on your image as a whole, or you're just gonna have to accept it. Sit there and then just get what you can out of life. If you can find somebody that fuck with you like that, then cool. But in masses, it's not gonna happen. Give up on that journey. You can go ahead and let that go now. You just need to focus on you. Stop focusing on your sisters. Focus on yourself. Get what you can out of life, and hopefully whoever it is that you choose, you meet the demands of that person. And at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be your nature to be the way you are right now. We are all human and we all adapt accordingly. So that means our problem points can be worked on. Any of us can easily become a better partner if we do as much as try, which is why I probably already sound like a broken record saying that it's not the color of your skin. It's you, the image you project, what other people see. And naturally, if people can't see the good because it's overshadowed by the bad, then it's time to work on yourself. Anyways, it's Current Champ here once again, wishing you all the best in life and love. Peace.
And I'ma just do me. A new thing hold me down on 2 feet. That's 10 toes, bust 4, 5, and 6 foes. Need 2.